What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another brand new tier list. We are going to be, after the end of Agatha All Along there, which was actually a lot better than what I thought it was going to be, we're going to be doing an MCU TV show tier list. It also includes Marvel special presentations. I think there's 13 projects, I could be wrong. I thought I was going to do a ranking video, just like 13 down to my favourite number 1. This list has actually changed in the last couple of days the more I've sat down and thought about it, because I didn't just want to like jump straight in. I'm just like trying to remember stuff on the spot. I wanted to be well prepared in my head for what I thought of these actual shows. I'll try to do it in order of when they released. I probably get some of them mixed up, I'm not gonna lie, but I will try anyway. I will explain my decisions as briefly as I can. Realistically, it is only 13 things, so I should have a bit of time. It obviously all started with WandaVision. Like, the WandaVision was the ultimate event TV. Like, when it came out, everybody and their gran was talking at the water cooler about, why do you think this happened? Like, what's going to happen next week? Is Evan Peters actually Quicksilver? We'll get to that in a second. It was fantastic up to a point for me. The acting I thought was incredible from Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen. The Evan Peters thing did ruin it a bit for me. The fact that it was an interesting concept and storyline until they just established it was a boner joke, which did start the downfall for me. I thought episodes 7, 8 and 9 were a lot weaker because of that, and that could just be a personal thing. I still think it's an A. It's a great show. No one can say different. It was the first time Marvel had attempted anything like this. To be fair, you'd expect it to be great at a 225 million budget, 25 million per episode it was, which is crazy. But, you know, it's still great. I was close to actually putting it in Legend. Remember, this is my list, so do not get annoyed or offended, because there is going to be shows here that I like a lot more than other people, and you will not agree. But everything else, like, it probably brings it down even more for me how much Sam Raimi messed up Wanda in Multiverse of Madness. Like, all the character development in this, Sam Raimi just said, I'm not even watching that show, she's just a villain, flat out. We might redeem her at the end, but we're going to kill her straight after that. So Sam Raimi didn't care, so that brought it down in my mind even more. And we still have not seen White Vision return since, but the whole, like, a lot of the concepts are great in it. Like, dealing with loss, the ship of Theseus, Fury, obviously, between Vision and White Vision. It is a very good show, lots of great acting, lots of great characters, but it did start falling towards the end, and the season finale just became a punch fest. But it did have the incredible introduction of the official Scarlet Witch outfit, so we'll leave it in great. That's fair enough. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I have made no secret that I love this show. As I thought more and more about it, like, in my head I was like, when I do this video I'm going to put it in Legend. And then the villains are so bad. The Flag Smashers are so bad. I love the dynamic between Bucky and Sam. I love Zemo is probably the highlight of the whole show. I think John Walker is probably one of the best characters I've introduced in Phase 4 and 5. I love, like, the themes of it. That shot of John Walker using the shield to unalive someone on foreign soil. Can't say certain words on these videos. It's great. And in the Flag Smashers, every scene they're in is so forgettable. I'm going to put it at the very top of great, which hurts me because for a while this is my favourite show. Like, and like, looking back on stuff, this was my favourite, so to put it only in great is harsh for me, but an A is still a great score. Like, you need to remember, if you got an A in Skull, you're buzzing. Well, I would have been if I had got any. But overall, great is fair. Right, Loki, see, this is a tough one because I'm doing this in order of release, but obviously Loki has had a season 2 release way after season 1, so I might leave this till the end. I'm going to leave it till the end, and watch out. No one else has had a season 2 except What If, but that doesn't really count. So we'll leave it to the end. Next up was Hawkeye. I'm not gonna lie, I love Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye's a fantastic show. I'm gonna put no, Legends too much. I was so close to doing that. It has its flaws as well. I love that it gave Jeremy Renner a chance to flex his acting muscles. I thought he was hilarious in this show. I thought Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop is incredible casting. It is up there with Amia Villani as Miss Marvel and Downey Jr. as Iron Man. It is beyond perfect casting. And I'm going to put it above WandaVision and great. It's not better than Falcon and Winter Soldier, not in my eyes. The reason I didn't put it in Legend, I've rewatched this show a couple of times now. It's like it's a Christmas show for me now, essentially, when I'm watching Christmas movies. They attempted a character assassinate Kingpin to a point where I barely could actually forgive them. It was like, no, Kingpin at no point, I don't care if he's just been hit by a car, he should not be losing in any tactical battle to Kate Bishop. It should not be happening. Plus, he was introduced far too late as well. Obviously, we were stuck thinking, who is the overarching villain of the whole show? That was one thing Marvel had a big problem with in their first multiple shows. You didn't know who the person behind the curtain was until like one episode from the end, early end. So they brought him in. He was wearing the Hawaiian shirt, which is in the comics, but they just made him a joke. Echo did go a long ways to making that better, but like, I will not forgive them losing to Kate Bishop, and obviously the fake out death at the end when we all knew he wasn't gone. Like, Daredevil was confirmed to be coming back in No Way Home. We knew Kingpin wasn't gone. It's just stupid. So down here, you could have been Legend, but you screwed the pitch on Kingpin. Moon Knight was next. Definitely Moon Knight was next. Moon Knight is a Legend show for me. I'm sorry. I know people will disagree with that. Actually, I think I disagree with that. The season finale is trash. Like, let's just get into it. The season finale of Moon Knight is trash. It went from being like 5 episodes of Oscar Isaac given basically Oscar-worthy performances in terms of acting. It was incredible. His performance as both personalities were unreal. The transition between Moon Knight and the Mr. Knight was done so well. Even in the finale, it was done very well as well. I'll give it credit on that part. But the final episode just became punchy, CGI. Obviously, they did the big cop out where, like, you don't even see how Moon Knight defeats Arthur Grant. Obviously, it's implied it's the third personality, Jake Lockley. It's implied he showed up and just wrecked shop pretty much. But some people liked it, some people didn't. I personally did like it. We have seen enough MCU projects where we've seen big battles and the hero triumphs over the villain, that if they want to do that really cool, it's like, oh, we're not going to show them, we're just going to shoot at the one, and we're going to leave it as open-ended till the post-credit scene about like how do both of them not know who done that. I think that was a very smart idea, but the finale in general was just trash. Introduce I think Maya is actually a good introduction as a new hero, if we ever see her again. To be honest, I don't know if we will. I love the scenes in the afterlife, and just like the scenes between Oscar Isaac and himself, like with the two personalities in the afterlife acting together, was incredible. It was like such incredible acting, considering he's not actually acting facing anybody. He's facing nothing. He's just filming 2 scenes separately and they're putting it together. So A's definitely up there. I don't think it's better than Falcon and Winter Soldier. In my head is actually telling me to put it above it, but I'm not going to do it. I think Miss Marvel was next before She-Hulk. I'm pretty sure it was. Miss Marvel's good. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend Miss Marvel's great. B's still a very high ranking. Let's not get it twisted. As I said, Amia Villani was born to play Miss Marvel. Even when she was in the Marvels movie, obviously opposite Carol Danvers and Monica Rambeau, she stole the show. Like, her character is so bubbly and contagious that she is the best part of whatever she's in. It's a good show. It definitely had its flaws. I know that the first 3 or 4 episodes was directed by a proper director, showrunner. It was going well, and then they let a couple of episodes be directed by a lady who specializes in documentaries on female empowerment, and they were the episodes where obviously Miss Marvel was taken back to like olden times, India, and seeing how ladies were mistreated. I'm just like, you might want to just a little bit more discreetly put your agenda in there, not just flatly go for it. So them episodes definitely derailed the whole series for me. There was great momentum and then it slowed down. I did love the finale. Obviously it's like a Home Alone style rigging and setting up the school for the bad guys coming in. And I'm not bothered about them changing Miss Marvel's power set. Obviously, it's a lot more expensive to do the stretch powers on screen. We'll probably see that a Fantastic Four budget blows up. But her moveset's completely fine. I'm not a problem with the crystallization stuff and all that. So I'm happy with it. See, like I know we started getting Marvel special presentations around this time. I think Werewolf by Night might have been next. I could be wrong. Werewolf by Night was great. It really was. I wasn't expecting anything like this from Marvel. They went full blown with it. That was the first time I was like, oh, so Marvel can do adult content. Because like this is, you wouldn't be showing this to no child. Obviously, lots of killing, lots of monsters. The fact it was done in black and white was fantastic. I think it actually was shown at multiple festivals as well, which is not something that Disney and Marvel don't usually do for MCU projects, and people loved it. So I think especially for a Halloween themed special presentation, it was fantastic. I think I'm mixing up times here. No, I think She-Hulk was the next year. Was it? No, it wasn't. Oh, I've messed this up. She-Hulk was in August. Miss Marvel was in June. Yeah, I've got this wrong. I'll do it in a second. Doesn't really matter. So I really enjoyed Werewolf by Night. I really did. What If as well. It was well before this. What If is good. I was going to put it in flawed. No, because like, one thing I've said about a couple of these shows so far is the finale really let it down, likes of WandaVision, likes of Moon Knight. But What If's finale, especially season 1 and season 2 to the extent, like the multiversal Avengers or the Guardians of the Multiverse versus Infinity Ultron, was unbelievable. It's like, it was so funny how overpowered Doctor Strange was after absorbing all those other powers. It was just hilarious. Some of the standalone episodes are brilliant. The Doctor Strange standalone episode, I think episode 4 of season 1, I'm surprised it didn't win awards. Like, it was absolutely fantastic. It's a great show, and it does, like, if Marvel can't like split off and explore every part of the multiverse in the 3 phases they've got, like, you need to remember, like, Marvel have essentially set themselves, because the projects only started back up in 2021 for phase 4. You need to remember, like, if Secret Wars is in 2027, that they've given themselves 6 years to explore the multiverse, and then the multiverse will be done. Like, we're probably going to be absorbed into a few different timelines. So, like, the multiverse will be done. So What If is doing its best to show, oh well, like, this universe has this universe has this, and you have to respect it. I like the animation style. It was a lot more finely tuned in season 2. It had a few cracking episodes as well, like what if Iron Man went to Scar instead of Hulk after the events of the Avengers movie, and it was fantastic. It was like a Mad Max type episode. So very good. It's good. It's not great. We'll do I Am Groot next. It's not for me. It's not. Like, it's a kids show. It's cute. It's something that I put on for my daughter, like, to watch all the way through once. And that's it. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Not for me doesn't mean it's a bad project. For kids, it's fantastic. It's like, they're saying, but apparently it's not even canon. It's like, do you really have to clarify that? He's not even Baby Groot anymore. Nothing he does in this show affects any of your movies or projects. So why on earth do you need to clarify it's not canon? No one cares, like, at all. I probably care more that you said it's not canon than if it would have been canon. I keep skipping She-Hulk. I like She-Hulk, to be honest. I'm gonna put She-Hulk at good. I like She-Hulk. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't. I'm not gonna be like everybody else who just, like, bashes on it. Is the CGI good? No, it's not. The CGI is terrible. There's obviously some scenes they knew had a lot more importance within the series where they were like, right, we have to spend a bit more money fine-tuning this, and they made the CGI good. And then there's other times where the CGI is like something out of like 2004 Eric Bana, Incredible Hulk. It is terrible. But the thing is, like, a lot of these shows, they were trying to venture into different modes and different categories of, like, show, essentially. Like, WandaVision obviously went the classic sitcom. Like, Falcon Winter Soldier was a bit of a buddy cop. Like, you've got, like, Miss Marvel, who's, like, sort of like a teens introduction into the MCU type show. Hawkeye's essentially a Christmas show. This was their thing at a procedural comedy. And Did I think it was funny? Yes, I did. I thought the whole show was funny. I thought, I'm not going to be able to say her name. I'm not going to attempt to say the She-Hulk actress name. I do apologise. I thought she did fantastic. Jennifer Walters as a character is fantastic. Like, for the first time you saw a character actually getting some. I thought she was fantastic in the show. I thought when she turned into She-Hulk, she did some funny things as well. We had Wong was fantastic in this show. It was the first time like there was a joke that Phase 4 was the phase of Wong, because he was just popping up everywhere. But he was hilarious in the show. And Madison, spelt with a Y but not where you think, is unbelievably funny. There was actually talk she was going to show up in Agatha All Along, just randomly on the Witch's Road after bumping into another stupid sorcerer. But it's very funny. The Daredevil episode alone is probably one of the best episodes of Marvel TV any of these shows have ever done. Like, there's some fantastic episodes there, but that episode was brilliant. And I was generally worried, are they going to make Matt Murdock a joke, having him in a She-Hulk show? He had some jokes, like he was funny, but it's just like the personality his character's always had. Yes, he's a dark vigilante, but he does have a funny side, so he did fit well into She-Hulk. And I loved the finale. The fourth wall break in the Disney Plus was brilliantly used, and I thought it was fantastic. Next up, I'm going to do the Guardians Christmas special. I thought it was... I can't believe I don't have any in Legend, to be honest. I can't put this in here just for the sake of it. I'm going to say great. The Guardian, yeah, it was great as well. Like, these two came out at the same time, I think. This was Halloween, this was Christmas. Marvel just pumping out content like mad for Disney Plus. I thought it was fantastic. The fact they got James Gunn back to do this, and they filmed it at the same time as Guardians 3. Just made it all feel more interconnected. We obviously got the big reveal that Mantis was Peter's sister. We sort of knew that anyway. Like, the Kevin Bacon stuff is hilarious. Obviously they tried to keep Groot screen time to a bare minimum, because it is a Disney Plus show. We need to keep that money on CGI, so no Rocket, no Groot for the majority. But it got to explore the relationship between Drax and Mantis so much more, and them coming to Earth to look for Kevin Bacon is just slapstick comedy right there. And it probably was needed. There needed to be a little bridge between Guardians 2 to Guardians 3, because obviously Endgame and Infinity War happened, and I know people who just watch the Guardians movies but don't watch the Avengers movies, so they're going to be like, well, what's going on here? Like, I'm really confused. So we needed something like a light-hearted Christmas special to bridge the gap and just be like, this is where the characters are. Come and see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to see where they end up, because it obviously established in this as well that Gamora is gone as well. The Gamora that we knew anyway, so if you hadn't seen Endgame or Infinity War, you wouldn't know that. So it did bridge the gap, and it's a great show. Next up, Secret Invasion. Echo was next. Secret Invasion was next. Yeah, what are we doing? The fact you took the Secret Invasion storyline, it's a massive storyline in the comic books. It is up there in the comic books with the likes of an Endgame, with the likes of a Secret Wars. Secret Invasion with the Skrulls and the Mega Skrulls is a massive comic book story. And when it was announced for Disney Plus, people were like raising their eyebrows. It's like, really? Okay, where are we going with this? And it's like, oh, this is Nick Fury's story. It's like he's gonna, like, it's like a government espionage type thing. It's like Skrulls are gonna be impersonating members of Parliament and heroes, and it's like, oh, they could be impersonating heroes. That's awesome. Like, we might see a few cameos, things like that. It becomes obvious right away that Rhodey's a Skrull, and you're thinking, how long's he been a Skrull? It's really messing with your head at this point. You start remembering that he definitely couldn't have been a Skrull in Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was after Endgame, because he has the thing still on his legs, and he doesn't in this show. So he was definitely not a Skrull in Falcon and Winter Soldier. And then in the end of it, they make this brand new character, Emilia Clarke's playing, who I can't remember the name of. They make her the most powerful being in the entire universe by giving her the powers of everybody because of spilt blood that was gathered up on the battlefield. Whose job is it to find individual blood on a battlefield where literally thousands upon thousands died? Captain Marvel was only on the ground for about 2 minutes. He was flying most of the time. How do you find where her blood was? There's no way there was any cameras filming that. So I'm sorry, I don't believe that at all, and I don't think Captain Marvel's spilling any blood, to be honest. But storyline has to come forward apparently. Like, Amelia Clark with that Drax arm is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry, it just is. This is the only one I haven't rewatched outside of I Am Groot. I'm sorry, it's just trash. I thought they did Nick Fury an injustice. They obviously tried to say at the end that Rhodey's been a Skrull since after Civil War. Nope. Sorry, you're not going to convince any of us that Rhodey has been a Skrull and the whole time and did not get to say goodbye to Tony Stark. You will not say that. You didn't even clarify that in the show. Do not try to do a big shock ending. Nobody cares. Simple as that. Next up, Echo. I am leaving Loki the last, and I'll explain why in a minute. Echo, I think, is good. I think Echo was a good show. I think it went a long way to bringing Kingpin back, the guy we know he is, after Hawkeye tried to destroy his character. I think that the fact that they did like a character with abilities comes back to their hometown, and like the story revolves in the whole hometown. There's lots of great actors who are supporting cast. Our family is involved a lot. It's sort of like a Walking Tall type film, like the movie with The Rock, where it's all very centralized. It's like local crime, local stuff, and then Kingpin starts coming in and making it bigger and badder. The scene alone with Maya and Kingpin eating dinner together is fantastic. There's like some fantastic acting, especially the fact that Maya tends to talk despite obviously being deaf and mute is very powerful. I think the show was great. Did I like the finale? No, not really. Maya obviously gets all these bonus powers, LOL. I was sitting there thinking she'll eventually join like a Street Levels Avengers team. Now I was looking like you've overpowered her too much. But I am glad that she healed Kingpin's eye, and obviously a lot of his trauma. Now he can be a lot more singular focused, and he can go for the mayor of New York banner, which he will get. Like, if you know the comics, you know he'll get it. So I enjoyed that. X-Men 97, it was great. It's not lie. It's not trying to pretend like it wasn't. It was great. It's definitely better than these two. Individual episodes fantastic. Gambit's episode alone was fantastic. His sacrifice was amazing. Cameos top notch. Storyline top notch. It resolves the Professor X cliffhanger from the end of the original series. People were generally worried about this coming back as a continuation, and between the brand new, the updated animation style, the voice actor still having it, sounding a bit more musky from age, but that's obviously understandable. The whole thing was fantastic, and they deserve all the credit they get. Agatha All Along. See, this is a show when I watched the trailers, like if you guys have seen my trailer reaction, I bashed it. Like, I did bash it. Like, I was not interested at all. I thought it was great. I'm not gonna lie. There a couple of episodes out of the 9 that were definitely filler, not as important. Yeah, of course it is. There's plenty of shows on this list that had filler episodes, but when this series hit, it hit. Like episode 7 alone, Patti LuPone's character Lilia. See, that episode alone should be nominated for an Emmy. I think that I said earlier about what show was it? I've lost. Oh, I said about She-Hulk's Daredevil episode is one of the best things that the MCU's ever done, like in terms of their TV shows. Episode 7 of Agatha probably is the best thing that the MCU's ever done in terms of storytelling in an episode. The acting is so top notch. Like, everybody was thinking, why have you got Patti LuPone in to play this side character? She has no screen time. She's randomly coming off with stuff, and then boom. This is why you get her to play Lily, because she will get her own episode. She will steal the whole thing, and it was amazing. It was twist left, right and centre. We also got the reveal of Aubrey Plaza is deaf in this episode. We all already knew that, but that was incredible. Even Wiccan's own episode, where you go through the backstory of Billy Kaplan, the body of the boy that sadly Billy has went into, or Richard Kaplan, I forget, to be honest. But we do have another Ralph Boner joke. They're really doubling down on that. Thanks for that. But I think there has to be a payoff to that. I think definitely we're going to get probably a variant of Quicksilver over after Secret Wars. Will it be Evan Peters? I don't know. I don't think you can have two people who look the exact same in one universe. So I don't think there'll be two Evan Peters looking characters. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see X-Men Quicksilver back. But it is what it is. Finale was fantastic as well. We've obviously set up Billy and Ghost Agatha, proper comic Ghost Agatha, to go looking for Tommy, and Agatha's motivations for obviously constantly stealing powers, or well, they're not justified. She's a murderer, like, but they're not justified. But she wants to keep absorbing powers so she doesn't have to face death, so she doesn't have to face her son, who sadly lost his life at a young age. So she just doesn't want to see death's face. She doesn't want to go and see her son. So it doesn't justify anything she's done, but, you know, it's fine. And we left Loki for last for the easy reason. It's, in my opinion, the only legend show Marvel has done. Does it have 1 or 2 filler episodes out of the 12 between season 1 and 2? Yes, of course it does. But Loki is the definition of as close to perfection as you can get. Like, season 1, I didn't know how they were going to wrap it all up. Obviously, Sylvie and Loki are getting to the end of time. It's like, we always heard rumours about Jonathan Majors Kang making his first appearance here, and boom, he's not officially Kang, he's He Who Remains. He was fantastic. He's sort of given like a Shakespearean speech the whole episode, that it works, and like it's so much exposition. The whole episode is essentially that speech, and it essentially leads to Sylvie killing him, sending Loki back to like a sort of a screwed up timeline in the TVA, and then season 2 is just all guns a-blazing, go go go, we have to find Victor Timely, we have to do all that. Acting in this is top notch. Every single time they went for something bold, they pulled it off. They kept shocking us over and over again. Like some of the reveals, like I think Casey is his name, yes, the data analyst from that room, like it's when he becomes officially part of Loki's team. It's funny that his variant on Earth, that he, like when he, before they were stolen for the TVA, he escaped from Alcatraz, which I thought was very funny. I just think every single character is well done. I think, well, whether you like Jonathan Majors or not, I think he was fantastic in this show. And Loki's sacrifice at the end of season 2 to sit on that throne and to hold the whole multiverse together, like weaving infinite branches because the loom could not hold it, is fantastic storytelling, and is the ultimate character arc topper for his character. I do think he will be back in Doomsday or Secret Wars. I think Doom is coming for his powers, and if he gets his powers, he could essentially become Beyonder Doom, and that's how he sets up Battleworld. I really hope Loki doesn't die in that. That would be heartbreaking. I think I don't think you do Loki's character arc the way you have to have him killed. I definitely think he's losing the power of the multiverse in one of these movies, and sadly, and you might get to see him fight on the ground alongside the likes of Thor, which would be amazing, because you need to remember this Loki was stolen from an earlier timeline of the MCU's timeline, so this is R4's brother. This is not a variant. This is not a multiversal Loki. These two are brothers, so it'll be great to see and to finally get the finale both of them deserve. But that's my list, guys. When I was thinking this through, like I was gonna put a couple of these up on Legend, but I'm actually surprised. I only think one of them is S tier, but that Loki's at the top of the multiverse, and he's at the top of my little list here. So I'm actually tempted to put Miss Marvel and Groot. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Miss Marvel and going Groot. Screw it. This is the second tier isn't in order, by the way. The first couple are that would be second, third, fourth, but then at fifth, and then after that it's just a mess. But thanks for watching, guys. Pop down in the comments below anything you think I'm crazy on. Doesn't really matter. It's my opinion. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know anything, any guy your guys' list would be great. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.